Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So it is December 31st, which means that today we're going to be talking about some numbers. And it's an exciting day because we're going to be also looking at the numbers of our baby company. So I'm super excited. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so first we're gonna look at the OG company, which operates reefers. And as always, we're looking at that one truck. So first, the dates. The first load I booked for this truck under this company was on December 3rd. Now next, let's look at the miles. So this month, this truck ran 12,674 miles just about. Now the average rate per mile for loaded miles was $4.47. The average rate per mile with deadhead, so including those empty miles, was $4.24.
Okay, now the exciting part, the gross.
So for the gross income, I'm only going to be counting the flat load rate, not including detention pay, layover pay, any tonus, nothing like that, just the flat load rate. And for this month, we hit a record with one truck at a gross of $50,760. This is our gross income this month. Why? Well, because it's December in a crazy market. But as I always say, gross income doesn't really matter because then you have all of these expenses that start sneaking up on you and stealing from your net income. Net income is king. So let's look at our expenses this month. So the total expenses this month were $8,939.06. So now let's break them down. Insurance, as always, this year cost us $1,079.60. So that's our insurance cost. It doesn't change until next summer. Now, $22 went for permits. Now, what do I mean by permits? Permits are things like IFTA renewals, decals, New Mexico permit renewals, all of that stuff. That's $22. Now, $269.48 went towards taxes. Now, in this case, taxes are the Oregon tax. Then there's the load board, which unfortunately increased in price to $170 per month. The ELD, we pay $75 per month right here. Fuel this month cost $7,300.03. So fuel was actually not really that bad this month compared to last month, for example. And then there are things like tools for the truck, like load locks if one breaks, or windshield wiper fluid or coolant. These all go under tools. And tools this month were $22.95. So if you add all of these expenses together, you get to $8,939.06. As you can see, this month we didn't have any maintenance, so that kept the cost down for sure. So now, of course, the most important part is what was our net income. So for this month, if we take the gross income minus the expenses, our net income was $41,820.94. There we go, 94 cents. So it's a pretty good month, if I do say so myself. So the question is, how did we get to these numbers? Because even for me, it's a shock after almost 3 years of operating in this business. This is our record month on all levels, on the gross income, the net income, everything. Well, the thing is, as I said before, December is a crazy month. And in a crazy market like today, it becomes even crazier. So basically, loads pay a lot. There is more negotiating power from the carrier side because these loads have to be moved out. So I can ask for crazy high rates and the brokers will be forced to give it to me because they need to move that load. On top of that, expenses were pretty low. As I said before, we didn't have any maintenance this month, so that kept the expenses down. And of course, the fuel was lower than usual, and that's thanks to the fuel card that we use. And of course, the fact that we didn't only run on the West Coast this time because of the weather. We actually went to the Midwest, where the prices of fuel are a little bit cheaper. So all of that put together gives you a net income that looks like this. So it's a pretty great month. So if you're still thinking about whether you should get into the trucking industry, I would say, yeah, go for it. Okay, now for our baby company, or the one that has that dry van trailer. Now, the baby company, if you remember, it was officially registered with the FMCSA with insurance on file and everything on December 3rd, but we actually did not start running until December 13th. Why? Because we had to put all that equipment together, pick up our trailer, all of that, and because I kind of screwed up and I didn't manage to book a load on the Friday before December 13th, because there was that big screw up with the insurance. If you guys watched my video on how I failed at booking a load, you will know that. So this is for December 13th through December 31st. So the total miles for this baby company for this month was 8,129 miles, 0.6. Now the average rate per mile loaded was $4.83 for this baby company. With deadhead, it was $4.06. So basically, the loaded rate per mile is actually higher than that for a reefer, which is awesome. But with deadhead, the average rate per mile was lower than the reefer because we had to do more deadhead with the baby company, with the dry van, than with the reefer. But the rate per mile for the loaded miles was actually significantly higher than that for the reefer. Now the fun part, the gross income. So again, as a reminder, we ran from the 13th of this month until the 31st of this month. And something I should also mention, I was not able to book a load for Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, December 24th, I could not find a load for this dry van. I screwed up, my mistake completely. And basically, we lost December 24th, Friday, December 25th, Saturday, and December 26th, which was Sunday. And we ended up booking another load on December 27th. So we lost another additional 3 days because of my screw up. So this is something to keep in mind. But anyway, the gross income was $30,805 for this month. So considering the fact that we lost the first almost 2 weeks of the month because we started running on December 13th, plus we lost 3 days during that Christmas time because of my screw up, making $30,000 or $30,805 during this time period for a new company with an authority that is less than 30 days old is pretty good. So the goal here is honestly to put your fears to rest when you're thinking, okay, I'm going to be a new authority and brokers won't want to work with us. No, they will. You see, they will. Now let's go to the expenses. So this month, the expenses on this truck were $8,585.49. Number one, insurance. Insurance was $1,519.31. So quite a bit higher than for our original company, but it is what it is. Then there was $237.47 in taxes, and these are related to the Oregon trip permits. Then there's the load board, which was $39.95. Now, the only reason I have this load board, I actually searched for loads on my original company load board, but in order to post the truck under this company name, I had to get another load board. So that's where this expense is coming from. Now, you might notice that I don't have ELD here. This is because we bought an ELD for this truck a while ago, and it was paid upfront, and it was considered an investment for this company. So that's why it's not here. But let's go on to fuel now. Fuel was $5,100.98 on this truck this month. $332.43 went towards tools. Now these things included load bars, load locks, again, all of those coolants and everything. So those tools were bought for this truck, and that accounts for this price right here. Okay, so now the scales. The scales were $38 this month. And then there is the truck payment. Now we do have a trailer payment as well. It just doesn't go under this month because that trailer payment starts only next month. So for the truck payment, it was $1,124.35. cents. So if you add up all of these expenses together, you will get the $8,585 and some cents. But now let's look at our net income for this baby company this month. So the net income, which means the gross minus the expenses, was $22,219.51. So yes, the net might look like it's less than here, and of course it is. Here we had a full month. Whereas here, because we started on the 13th, and also missed those 3 days during Christmas time, we made $22,000 net in a matter of 15 days actually. $30,000 in 15 days. That's around $2,000 per day. So if you think about it, using averages, if we did not start on the 13th and instead started on the 1st and did not miss those Christmas time days, considering that we're making over $30,000 gross in 15 days, that's around $2,000 per day. So for 30 days, that would be around $60,000 and the net would be exponentially higher. Of course, so would be the fuel expenses. So this is something you should consider when you're worrying about whether or not to start your own trucking company, whether or not brokers will work with you because you're a new authority. Clearly, they will. So the question is the reefer business better than the dry van business? And honestly, from what I have experienced since the 13th, I would say the dry van is better. Well, number one, the rate per mile, the average rate per mile loaded is better than for the reefer. That's number one. And this is a 3-year-old company here. This one is new. Number two, the efficiency. I have realized that with a dry van, you can show up a day early to receiving and they will unload you, which means you're not losing any days there. You can actually get unloaded and get another load. So efficiency is great. They load you and unload you usually within an hour or so on average. With a reefer, it's average 3 hours if you're lucky. And the other thing is for dry vans, there are a lot more loads than for reefers. And I'm not kidding. The rates seem to be lower for dry vans than for reefers, but clearly that's not true. That's not true. And it's not just me negotiating, it's me being able to wait for that right load. The thing is, there's such a huge amount of dry van loads pretty much in every market, and there's such a limited amount of trucks, dry van trucks there, that it's so easy to just wait a broker out or negotiate a higher price, even if you're new. So if I had to choose, I'll be completely honest, I love my reefer baby right here. I do. But I would say that maybe the dry van is actually better, at least in this market. Again, I will not be able to make up my mind for another 3 months because this is just my first month of working with a dry van. I want to see how this company behaves during January, February, and March because usually the loads are worse during those months and there are not as many of those loads. So we'll see what happens. But currently, from this month's experience, which is a great month, December is always awesome, I would say that the dry van wins. Now off topic, my phone decided to divorce me. Now, I know I gave you guys a phone number to reach me at if you're looking for a position in the company. Unfortunately, my phone decided that those calls and text messages will not be coming through unless I reload my phone every day, which I cannot do. And basically what happens is today I woke up, decided to, for some reason, reload my phone and saw that I have a ton of missed calls and missed voicemails and all of that, which is never a good look. So I sincerely apologize. So because I see that people are reaching out asking about these jobs, I decided to make a website. I'm actually in the process of building one right now, and it's going to be so much easier for you guys to be able to see who we are on that website and to be able to apply to one of those jobs. So that will make the process a whole lot easier. So I am working on it, and I sincerely apologize for this stupid device. So I'm going to post that website whenever I have it ready, which should be by early next week. And I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope I put some fears to rest. And the most important thing of all, I wish you guys a happy new year and a 2022, wow, filled with all the success that life can give you. See you guys in the next video.